We now live in a world where Daredevil Born Again is out. So we're going to talk about it more a little bit later. I am personally very happy. But before we get into that, we do have some topics to discuss. We're going to start off with this. You know, one of the most interesting looking films coming out of CinemaCon last year when they showed us a big presentation on it was Bong Joon-ho's new film, Mickey 17 with Robert Pattinson.
Batman boy.
It looked great. We loved what they showed us. Now, it got delayed, and that's fine, but it's coming out now this week. And the reviews are now out, and there are two things that have become apparent. Number one, apparently the movie's pretty damn good. But number two, looks like it's going to struggle pretty much at the box office. As of right now, this recording, Mickey 17 has an 87% critic rating on Rotten Tomatoes, which is obviously one of the higher scores you can get. This is what some of the critics are saying. Seattle Times is saying, Bong blends humor and horror skillfully as Pattinson makes Mickey, dweeb though he is, a sympathetic sad sack. Miguel writes, Joon-ho's story combines satire, existentialism, and pure entertainment, achieving a film that not only entertains, but leaves a mark. Mama's Geeky writes, a brilliant film, but it is scary how much it relates to the world that we are living in today. Several incredible acting performances take it to the next level. I'm even hearing some people saying that Robert Pattinson should be nominated for Best Actor twice for this movie, for playing the two characters. Screen Rant writes, Bong has crafted a large-scale genre film that, for all its oddness, goes down pretty easy, but Mickey 17 still manages to have a lot on its mind. Now, not everybody loved it. Let's look at some of the negative ones. RogerEbert.com wrote, what's frustrating is that I totally agree with everything Bong is saying. I just wish he were saying it with a touch more finesse. Okay. The Observer wrote, Mickey 17 is remarkably solid and compelling sci-fi flick with an absurdist flair that can only come from a filmmaker like Joon-ho. Well, let's look at a couple of the other. Obviously, there's a lot of positive ones, has an 87. The Daily Beast didn't like it. They wrote, no matter a committed performance, two actually, from Robert Pattinson, it's an original that plays like a rehash and an underwhelmingly unfunny one at that. Awards Radar, Awards Radar also wrote, Mickey 17 has enjoyable aspects, but is an undeniable disappointment from Bong Joon-ho. Yeah, I question using the term undeniable disappointment when 87% of the critics actually liked it, but whatever. So there's some of the pros and the cons. I mean, the guy who gave us Parasite. And what's the one with the monster coming out of the river? The Host, right?
And Memories of Murder.
So excited about this. Robert Downey Jr., Robert Pattinson being in it. A lot of things to be excited about. And apparently it's really good. But as a lot of us suspected, it looked like a really good movie, but it also looked like one that might struggle to get a bit of an audience. Variety is writing, movie theater owners certainly hope that's the case with Mickey 17 doing well. A dystopian sci-fi comedy lands in theaters after too many release date delays to count. The film is expected to earn just $18 to $20 million from over 3,700 North American theaters in its first weekend of release. Internationally, Mickey 17 is targeting 20 million to 25 million from 66 territories for a global start of 40 to 45 million. Those projections aren't too shabby for the offbeat R-rated art house fever dream, except that Warner Brothers shelled out almost $120 million to make the post-apocalyptic story, so it'll require roughly $300 million in global ticket sales to get into the black during its theatrical run. In other words, Mickey 17 will need at least 17 lines on the big screen to justify its hefty price tag. All right. There's nothing more gratifying than seeing a good movie get rewarded, and there's few things more sad than seeing a really good movie underperform. I think just this past year of films like Furiosa, Fall Guy, Transformers 1, all really good movies that deserve to do well and just couldn't perform well. And it sounds like this might be on that as well. Hey guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, PrizePicks. All right, guys, if you're watching basketball this season and not playing PrizePicks, you are seriously missing out. This is hands down the most fun way to get in on the action. PrizePicks is daily fantasy made easy. You just pick more or less on at least 2 player stats like points, rebounds, or assists for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. It's available in more than 30 states, including California, Texas, and Georgia. This week, I'm looking at the board and I'm going with Luka Doncic for more than 25 points and Jason Tatum for more than 8 rebounds. That's my lineup. Simple, quick, and way more fun to watch the games. And on top of that, PrizePicks hooks you up with awesome promos like Taco Tuesday, where you get player projections at a discount for even bigger value. So download the app today and use the code Campea to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's right. Just play $5 and you get $50 automatically. PrizePicks. Run your game. So Rob, let me ask you first, 2 questions here. Number 1, where's your interest level been for Mickey 17? What do you think about the reviews we're hearing? And then thoughts, are you surprised to hear how low the opening projections are?
Well, first of all, Bong Joon-ho for the last 25 years has been one of the great filmmakers in the world today. Not only making Parasite, which was, I think, the first international movie to win Best Picture, then you do have movies like Memories of Murder and The Host and things like that. And and also this is based on a novel, a science fiction novel. And I can't wait to see this film, but I have to tell you, I think, and I just read an article, John, about, they call them Mike and Pam, Mike DeLuca and Pam Abdi, who run,
yeah,
and how they are making some big swings, getting people like Bong Joon-ho to come to Warner Brothers and make movies. And some of their big swings, like doing Joker, Folie à Deux, does not work. But they're trying to ally themselves with great filmmakers. The problem is,
especially after losing Christopher Nolan.
100%.
Yeah.
But the problem is, a movie like this requires a really aggressive and really well thought out marketing campaign. I think this movie has been horribly marketed.
I agree.
I think that when you have a movie like, and I'll tell you something, I don't think the people that are marketing movies, as somebody who's been collecting movie posters, you made a movie about movie trailers. I mean, we've sort of been unofficial students of movie marketing for years and years. And I think that we're seeing movie marketing is now being made by people that, one, aren't students of movie marketing. Mm-hmm. They're relying on analytics from outside. A great marketer is somebody who goes from their gut. You need Don fucking Draper to come in and market a movie like this. You need that Carousel, the Mad Men. You need the I Want to Buy the World of Coke. And I'm watching this. You've got science fiction. You've got Twilight Boy and Batman Boy. You've got Bong Joon-ho, who won the Best Picture for Parasite. There's ways to market this movie. It has all the ingredients to excite even the most disaffected Gen Z viewer. And yet that's not being tapped into. And it's frustrating because I think you're right. There's nothing more depressing than watching a good movie underperform. Now, I haven't seen it yet, but I've been excited about this movie for a long time. And to hear these great notices, 87% for a non-IP literary adaptation, sci-fi adaptation. I want to see this thing triumph, because there's another movie that fits kind of along these same lines, based on Andy Weir's novel, Project Hail Mary, which is my #1 eagerly awaited film coming out. I don't know if it's this year, with Ryan Gosling in the lead role. And it is another great literary science fiction movie that is going to be a crowd pleaser like none other. And I think everyone's saying that I've heard that's seen this movie loved it.
Chris,
that's my rant for this.
I agree with Rob that this has been a badly marketed movie.
Oh, absolutely.
Although,
has.
to be honest with you, I look at it, having not seen the film, I wonder, how do you market this better? I just know they haven't marketed it well, because it looks like some abstract indie film with it instead. But anyway, number 1, what do you think about the responses we're hearing from it? Is this one you've been looking forward to, and why do you think it's expected to make so little on its opening weekend?
I have been looking forward to it. I actually went and purchased a copy of it from the Iliad down in North Hollywood.
I know it well.
I love the Iliad, so that I can read this after I see the movie. I usually like to read the book afterwards, so I don't have expectations going into it. I'm really pumped about this concept. I think it seems so fun and so interesting. And you could do so much fun marketing with it. Oh my gosh, Dad, if you're watching, I'm about to use my degree, finally. So you can be a disruptor with this film. You can talk about this job and you can do so many social media posts doing HR outreach. Hey, do you want to see the galaxy? Do you want to do stuff? Almost like those Starship Trooper join up ads,
You've
right?
already made better marketing for this movie than
Tell
they've
me,
done.
Mike, Pam, I love you. Come on. You can do stuff like that on socials. If you wanted to do stuff out in the wild, you have people in the jumpsuits doing bits and things, doing things that seemingly seem dangerous with,
Or
dry
hire
prop
twins
things.
to do stuff.
Exactly. You gotta cast, you can go to central casting and find a whole bunch of duplicates already, right? I've gone to auditions in public, in person. There's always 20 other Chris Cars. There are always 20 other big-eyed brunettes who it's, oh God, we all look like we have the same dad. It wouldn't be that difficult to do this kind of marketing. So you just have to get creative with it. And I feel like this was just lazy.
All right, guys. Question is for you. What do you think about this? The reviews are right where we were hoping they would be. It sounds like it's as good as it looks. But it's also sounding like they're not doing much to incentivize people to get up and go out to go see it. How do you think it's going to do? Have you been looking forward to Mickey 17? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.